In a very short period of time, nofap has become more than just a word, and for some men, you could argue that it has become a religion. For countless years, men all over the world have been sitting behind a computer, usually in a dark room, watching things that they shouldn't be watching while broadcasting a distinct sound throughout the hallways of their home. Fap, fap. But is this just an ordinary sound? Or is it the sound of your manhood and dignity slowly slipping away from you, one fap at a time? If you've heard about the nofap movement, then you must understand the recovery process, and it all starts with the first step, which is the choice to forever change your life. Regardless of where you are on the nofap journey, you need to know the signs of recovery that tell you that your mind and body are fully rebooting. Because at the core, that's what nofap really is. It's like a reset button for your life if you've been fapping way too much for far too long. Now, the first sign that you will notice is that you'll start to feel more like a man. The most well-known study regarding the benefits of nofap revealed a massive increase in testosterone around the 7-day mark. And since testosterone is literally the main hormone that makes you a man, this will cast positive ripple effects throughout your body. Now, the second thing that the nofap recovery process can bring you is a better overall mood and outlook towards life. You probably didn't know this, but fapping actually activates the same part of your brain as many addictive substances. And an overstimulation of the reward center will cause a wide range of negative effects. So because nofap stops the overstimulation of the reward center in your brain, you should see your mood start to balance out. And eventually, you should start to enjoy the little things in life more. Excessive fapping is just like any other really bad habit, which means that the more you do it, the more pathways are created in your brain to make you better at that activity. So if you're wondering how long it will take before you regain your superpowers, the answer is that it depends on how long you've been doing it. But here's the truth about the nofap recovery process and how it changed my life. And like I said before, my problem involved women, not my hand. So when I embarked on the nofap journey, what I had to do was basically stay away from females. In a video that I recently made about chasing girls, I said that many guys end up chasing girls because they missed out on many of those enjoyable experiences that other guys had when they were younger. But once they got smarter and better and ended up getting all of these beautiful girls that they've always wanted, they realized that it's just not that important. Something that you have to understand as a man is that women want power just as much as men do. But unlike men, they are much more secretive about how they obtain their power. For example, back in ancient times, you had the Trojan War. And what was this war caused by? A beautiful woman. Think about that. An entire war was caused by a single woman. If you're watching this video, then you already know just how much power females can have over you. The reason behind why you can't stop fapping is the same reason behind the Trojan War. So the reason why I started the nofap journey was because I had reached a point where I realized that the enjoyable experiences that you get with women isn't really that important. Sure, they can be fun, but the moment that women become the only thing that you think about or that matter to you is the moment that you become a slave to them. Once I realized that pleasure with women isn't that important, my life changed forever because this way of thinking no longer had power over me. A famous quote once said, "He who subdues himself shall be free." People try to say that all of this is physical, but fapping, like anything else that has turned you into a slave, is all mental. All of life is all a mental game. The guy who succeeds with nofap is the guy who conquers himself mentally. About 10 years ago, I picked up the habit of smoking cigarettes for about 2 years, which was basically because of the job that I was working at the time. Then one day, I decided enough was enough and I quit. And I had cravings for a while, but the pain of what I would lose if I didn't stop smoking far outweighed the temporary benefit that I would gain from lighting up a stick. The nofap recovery process is no different. You have to think about the pain of what you're going to miss out on if you keep fapping. The greatest thing that I regained in my life from nofap wasn't a boost in testosterone or improved focus. In fact, it wasn't anything physical at all. The single most important benefit that I got when I stopped chasing girls and lusting after females, which is basically the same thing as fapping for most guys, was all mental, and it was my freedom. If you're a guy who faps too much, don't worry about going to prison, because you're already in one. And this prison contains more inmates than all of the jails on the planet combined. And most men don't even know that they're in it. Excessive fapping is a prison of the mind, and once you get out of it, you will feel amazing. A famous quote once said, "Mastering others is strength, but mastering yourself is true power." My nofap journey changed my life because it freed me from a prison that I had put myself in. And the physical benefits of recovery are great, but it's the mental or psychological ones that have stayed with me long after the others have gone. When you fap too much, you are basically starting your own Trojan War inside of your head. But more importantly, you're giving away your freedom because you've lost control over yourself. But now, it's time for a new you, a new master. It's time to finally master yourself and regain your dignity and power as a man, and to finally escape the mental prison that you have created for yourself. And with that said, until next time, thanks for watching.